So here some of the guidelines have been given by our BVRB team, but these are not just the only guideline. This is just a basic understanding, a basic help for some of you who have written some essays for Bhakti Shastri. But Bhakti Vaibhava, every unit will have to write one essay. The minimum word count will be 800 words. Maximum will be 900 words. And if you write above 900, 200 words above 900, then some of the marks will be subtracted. And if you write less than 600, 200 words less than 600, the marks will be subtracted. And if you're trying to write 600 to 700 verses, then you will have to write more number of OBAs. Basically, ISKCON Board of Examination is expecting Bhakti Vaibhava student to write OBAs word strength of 20,000 words. So we have divided by 800 to 900 words. So it comes to around 27, 28 OBAs. So if you write 600, 650, then you'll have to write 32 OBAs. If you write 850 to 900, then you have to write 27, 28 OBAs. So that means all unit don't have OBAs, essays. Based on the length of your OBAs, that many OBAs will get reduced. So therefore, you are given a word limit of 800 to 900 words. So this is basically writing an essay. How to write the essay? First thing, when you get a question, you have to divide that into what is being asked there. Content. So what is the basic substance being asked there? Like question we have given, based on the dealings between Sutta Goswami and Shonakadi Rishi, write down principles relevant to asking questions to the speaker of Bhagavatam. What do you understand by this? As an audience, as a Shrota, as a hearer of Srimad Bhagavatam, what all etiquettes we should follow based on shloka number 1.1.11 to 1.1.17. So this is a range of shlokas. So that is not been mentioned by iBox. iBox is ISKCON Board of Examination, so it has not mentioned the shloka numbers. But if you have undergone the course, first chapter properly, Sutta Goswami's inquiry starts from Saunaka Rishi's inquiry starts from there only, 11th verse onwards, till goes to 17th verse. They glorify him, they appreciate him, they thank him, humility. So many things are mentioned there. So as it is, translations can be quoted. As it is, Prabhupada purport's theme can be taken off. But basically, the essay should be in your own words. You can start the introduction. Introduction should be there. Conclusion should be there. Okay, this will carry 10 marks. Conclusion will carry 10 marks. Remaining 80 marks. In the remaining 80 marks, I'll just show you one OBA at the end, which will make it a little clear. So this is from Bhagavad Gita. Demigod worship. Proper understanding of demigod worship. So now you have to divide that into two parts. Who are demigods? What do they do? Why did Lord create them? So that is their purpose, origin and purpose. How demigods are worshipped? The process of demigod worship. Is it bona fide? What happens to demigod worshipper? What should one do instead of demigod worship? Worship Krishna. Then what is the consequence of worship Krishna? Will demigods become angry? So this is called as mind map. So any question we get, generally these open book assessments generally evaluate our understanding of a theme. It helps us to ponder on the subject. It increases our thought process, our intuition, our orientation, and you can actually initially first cantos, this writing OBA essays will be little tough, but once you understand the theme of how to write it, it becomes very, very easy. Even when we were writing for Bhakti Shastri, at least I had no clue of what OBA is. But once we started doing Bhakti Vaibhava, first canto, second canto, Then by the end of second canto, things became very, very easy. So introduction you have to write. Here many things are given here because this has been created by the BVRV office team, some of them. So, but there are many other ways of writing OBAs also. But the basic skeleton is the basics, what is being asked, etiquettes of asking question to the speaker of Bhagavatam. So from our here point of view, what should be our etiquettes? For the reference for that, what is the reference? Wherever Shaunakadi Rishis are asking question to Sutta Goswami, those shlokas are the reference. Quantitative guidelines, qualitative guidelines, checklist. So what should be the font size? It should be Balram font 12. You should make it very clear. The first line should be the question itself. That means the question should be there. As it is, you can copy the question from the unit handbook which has been given to you. You copy and paste it. And after that, your name should be there on the top. One of the name. Yes, somebody has raised the hands. Yes, Surikant Krishna Prabhu.
So, Prabhuji, Balram font is applicable for Devanagari as well as English script. And how do we get install font?
You can go in Word document. If you have a basic Word where you are able to open this Veda things, the Word document should have Balram font. Or the BVRV office can help you with that if you're not having the Balram font.
Okay, we will take a vote and then correct it.
Yes. Yes, Balchandra Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I don't have any computer.
You can write it handwritten.
Okay.
Okay? But you have to give the hard copy.
Okay, okay.
To the BVRV. Yes, Madan Mohan Prabhu. Madan Mohan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I was also looking for the answer whether we can write it by our hand. You already answered.
Yes,
no
yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes. Hare Krishna. So this is not the only way of writing. I'm just giving a clue which has been given by the office. But in general, you understand the pulse of a question. Once you understand the pulse of a question, then you find what is the substance in that. So question which has been given to you, the substance is etiquette of a hearer. So based on you see the translations, based on you see the Prabhupada purports. So this is first question which you are given for the OBA is very, very easy. Very, very simple. Therefore, I've given that so that initially we can start with something. And most of the OBA's essays will be very easy. So after that evaluation, while evaluating, it is marked on quantitative grounds, meaning how much of the answer is relevant to the question. If you have written Bhakti Shastri, and the first question in Bhakti Shastri Ishopanishad question is based on the quotes and references from Ishri Ishopanishad, try to prove or show how Lord has a form. So basically Ishopanishad is a Jnana scripture, Shruti scripture, and it speaks about Lord having a form. So in the first paragraph, Prabhupada writes that if Lord is not having a form, he is a source, and his products are having a form, like all living entities. That means Lord is less than the product. Therefore, is incomplete. So, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udichyate. So, Lord is complete and perfect, but he doesn't have a form. His offsprings, the living entities, have a form. Then it makes Lord incomplete. So, therefore, Lord should have a form. So, this is one of the thing. So, this should begin with how from Ishopanishad introduction, Prabhupada quotes about the completeness and perfectness of the Lord. For Lord to be complete, he should have a form. So this will carry out of 100 marks, 10 marks. Then if you'll come to the section of 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th mantra, Prabhupada gives a vivid explanation of he walks, he doesn't walk. He is far away, he is very near. So he gives that there is no need to explain about so many details about Lord's having a form, so many details about the God, if he were not having a form. So many details have been mentioned about God means he should have a form. That comes in a purport, the 4th mantra purport. So to take exactly from there, and you should write in your own words. So in Sri Ishopanishad, Mantra 4 purport, Prabhupada writes in this way. This shows that Lord should have a form. And after coming to the 15th verse, Hiranmayana Patrena Satyasya Pihitam Mukam, again there Prabhupada writes that if Lord was Brahman, then there was no need for Swayambhu Manu to offer prayer to Lord to remove the curtain or effulgence. So effulgence is Brahma Jyoti. But beyond that is a beautiful face of the Lord. And even 16th mantra, 17th mantra, 18th mantra, it describes all these things. So in this way, for the whole Ishopanishad, quoting all these references, Prabhupada purports fetches 10, 15, 20, totally it comes to 100. So we write all the references wherever Prabhupada mentions, you get the full marks. So basically this is the theme line. So when you speak about evaluation, it should be relevant. It should not be irrelevant. It should not be that if you don't understand the question, biggest hick is starting problem. When you go for book distribution, till the time first book get distributed, our hands are frozen, our legs are frozen. We don't feel like approaching anyone. Similarly, when it comes to writing open book essays, we don't understand the concept, then we can't start at all. What is being asked? First thing you have to figure out is what is being asked, the skeleton. And then once you do that, then relevant quotes, references should be put there from the purports. Very, very simple. Then introduction, after that the conclusion. Conclusion is not a new point. Conclusion is the reiteration of the same thing which is mentioned there. And if you have some quotes of Prabhupada which are relevant to that, from any letters, from folio, we can put it there. And one more thing which can help you, if it has been asked that you can quote from any Bhakti Shastras, you can go to Nectar of Instruction, you can go to Nectar of Devotion, you can go to Bhagavad Gita, you can go to Ishopanishad, and just go into Vedabase and you can type that particular relevant word search. And that word search will be highlighted. And you can take that sentence from there, quoting that particular thing. This is all one of the very easiest way for writing the OBA, if you want to write. And therefore, from Bhagavatam also, if Bhagavatam is also included in the reference, then you can do the same thing with the folio. You can go and just type in the folio, the word search, the theme line, you'll get a lot of things inside the folio. And this can be done by those who have laptops, who have folios on them. So in this way, you can search it very, very easily. Third thing, quality. There is a qualitative review of the essay as well. The quality feedback does not grade the paper. However, it provides feedback to the author, enabling them to write healthier, presentable, comprehensible papers in the future. So one thing is, truth is spoken, but that should be spoken graciously for the benefit of others. And the take-home point should also be applicable. One thing is personal application. One thing is preaching application. So OBA has 7-8 applications: understanding, personal application, preaching application. And therefore that should be relevant as well as easily understandable for the evaluator. Now, again here, they are trying to mention here that most of the questions can be divided into 2 parts. Forming a question, they are compiled into one single line. Divide the question into parts, like demigod worship is mentioned there. I showed you the flow chart. Basically, you have to divide into parts and get into the mind map. You may seek the help of your course coordinators mentioned here. This was for the group where in-house Bhakti Vaibhava was being done, where for Brahmachari's batch, there was a course coordinator and there was a primary teacher. For the congregation batch, the primary teacher itself will take care of the course coordinator seva also. And therefore, you can directly contact me as a primary teacher for all these things. You can send a WhatsApp to Anuj Bru. You'll directly get in touch with me if you have any inputs or questions or anything like that. And once initially first canto 2-3 units you write, it will become a habit. But for first 2-3 OBAs and other things, I'll be helping you out wherever you have any difficulties, any questions, anything, and regarding this. Okay. Now, how to divide the question? Here one example is given. Bhagavad Gita chapter 14, verses, purports. Discuss in your own words ways you are personally influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance, practical ways you can develop the mode of goodness. This is Bhakti Shastri question which already you have answered. So reference to Bhagavad Gita chapter 14, verses and purports. This is your subject. Whole 14th chapter Bhagavad Gita, verse and translation and purport. This is your area, Kshetra. Now, what you should search for in this purport, in this whole chapter, you should search for mode of passion, mode of ignorance, their influence on human being. Our Prabhupada is writing how that influences human being in his purports. That is the second part. Third part, how one can come to mode of goodness, how we can reduce mode of passion, ignorance, how we can enhance goodness. And in purport carries all these points. You have to take that purports and in your own words, try to write ways to curb ignorance, diminish passion, and enhance goodness. And then in the conclusion, you can just write. So in this particular way, based on Bhagavad Gita, these many shlokas, we can try to curb ignorance, diminish passion, and enhance goodness in the above mentioned way. That should be 900 words. So the maximum word limit at any time, any place, any circumstances are 900 words written by the student. There is usually negative marking for 1 point for every 200 additional words. So 1 point means it will be 5 marks out of 100. Okay, so you have to take care. And even if it is less than 600 to 800 words, again it will be subtracted. If it is 400, 350, or you'll have to write at least 600, minimum 650, 700 to 900. Students should use quotes, references, and Sanskrit terms with moderation. Basically, wherever there is a need, if question mentions references and quotes, you just quote that particular section. Unnecessarily don't keep quoting Prabhupada letters, Prabhupada quotes, Prabhupada purports from some other section unless another is not mentioned there. If it is relevant, basically it should be 70-60% should be in your own words, 50% should be in your own words, 25 to 30% can be quotes, 10% introduction, 10% conclusion. This can be the format in which you can write. Most of the time, students, what I have seen from last 7-8 years, evaluating their OBAs, they just copy paste from the places, or they try to write bullet points. 1, 2, 3. It should be like an article. It's like when you are preparing for a lecture, or you want to write a blog on internet. How will you do it? It will be paragraph. There will be a simple 1-line, 2-line heading and a paragraph. A simple heading, then a paragraph. If you try to make it in bullet point, if you might try to make it tabular, it will not convey the theme, because it is an essay. You will get marks for writing essay, the way you author it. Therefore, tabulation, writing a bullet point will not convey the whole theme. So basically, it has to be written like an article, what you are trying to convey. Like for example, if many devotees write for BTG article, they write for many of the websites. So you have to write as an article for uploading somewhere, or trying to present your theme to the audience, devotee audience, what you want to convey. If it is preaching application for a new audience, if it is a practical application, it is for a devotee audience. Unless the question explicitly asks for quotes, references, and Sanskrit terms, students are not obligated to present comprehensive references. If there are no references asked, you don't have to present it. Many times it is asked personal application. Then how you would like to improve chanting, how the teachings of Queen Kunti prayers helps us to improve chanting. So there you can just refer to the way Kunti Mani is trying to pray, and we can write about your own contemplation, your own thought process on that question. Okay. However, there should be a fashion that a quote or reference should support each theological, philosophical point or a statement made. If the main question which has been asked, etiquette, by the hearer of Bhagavatam, you are mentioning some point, then that particular quote, the reference has to be supported for that particular theological, philosophical point. Anything we are writing, we should have heard it from Prabhupada in some lecture, we should have read it in Prabhupada purports, or we should have heard in Parampara. That quotation should be sufficient enough to be quoted. And references should be distinctly visible. When you quote some references, it can be underlined or it can be in italics. So from Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 1st chapter, 11th verse, reference is there. So it can be put in italics. And then you can write Prabhupada purport, and then you can write your what it conveys. The conclusion should come from that. Okay. There's a fixed deadline for each OBA, which is same as the date and time of the closed book assessment. Yeah, regarding this one, I wanted to ask from all of you, because this is the weekend batch, and we have every week, Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours, 2:30 to 4:30 is a fixed timing. And if you want to take any time from this time for writing closed book exam, that will make our course go for an additional 6-7 months more. If it is 2 years, 2.5 years with this speed, then if you want to write in this time frame only the closed book exam, that means we will miss out on every unit, every 6 session, every 8 session, we miss on one, a 9th session. 9th session will be our closed book exam. That means the next unit will go by one more day. That means at the end of 4th unit, we will miss on 1 month. By the end we cover 4 units, our syllabus will be postponed by 1 month time. By the end of 8 units, 2 months. That means 8 unit means almost 2 cantos. And similarly, 3rd canto is a very big one. By the end of 3rd canto will be 6 months. By the end of 6 cantos, it will be 1 year time. So if you want to write the closed book exam in the time frame of your class itself, then we can take it, but provided that you will have to elongate your course of Bhakti Vaibhava for 1 more year time. I have another input for all of you. Rather than not touching any of the closed book, our course timing of 2:30 to 4:30, once we finish the unit, because I've been handling the Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhava teaching for most of the congregation from last, I've seen how it works, how it doesn't work, and what we have drawn out principles is that congregation devotees are busy from Monday to Saturday, Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday is the only time they are in congregation. They have to come for programs, they have to go for council meeting, they have to take their children for playing mridangam, they have to go for other sevas. So if we can't compromise on the sessions of 2:30 to 4:30, and immediately at the end of 8th session, that means next Sunday, I don't think so all of you will be in a frame of work of writing closed book exam. So what I was feeling, a unit gets over, we will give you Sunday, the unit gets over on the 4th weekend. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. At the end of the 4th Sunday, upcoming Saturday morning, we have the same thing for the previous Bhakti Vaibhava congregation as per Musari batch. Every Saturday before the next unit begins, from 12 to 1:30, we have closed book exam. So you get a time of almost like 5-6 days to write the exam. If you feel that you need much more time for preparing closed book questions, instead of 1st Saturday, we can have it on a 2nd Saturday. That means now your first unit gets over on next Sunday. So 1 week plus 1 more week. That is 2nd Saturday, 12 o'clock to 1:30, closed book exam will be there. Generally, it takes 1 hour time to finish the closed book exam. But additionally, half an hour time we give for those who are writing it with hand. Most of us will write it with ball pen only, because a lot of time has spent where we are not written anything. It may take little much more time. So it takes only 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes time. So some devotees have raised hands. 1 minute. So it's clear to all of you, the closed book exam timing, you can decide whether on 1st Saturday or 2nd Saturday.
Hare Krishna.
1:30. So there are some raise of hands.
Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Suryamshi Prabhu. I'll just take raise of hands and then come back to the audience. Yes, Prabhu. Suryamshi Prabhu. You are aware that you are raising hand, Balchandra Prabhu, or you are not aware? Yes, Suryakant Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. That closed book assessment is whether it is online or offline.
It will be, Mataji, if you want. I think because it's an online Bhakti Shastri, we can keep it online. But if you're in Pune, you want to come to BVRV, then I'll mention to the BVRV coordinator, he can do it offline also, where if you will be getting a paper, printed paper, you'll be getting a printed answer sheet, you'll be getting a classroom, and you can come and write. We are open for both based on your inputs. But we will fix to one thing, either online, and those who are not in Pune, for them online. If somebody wants to come in Pune and want to give it offline, they can come and give it. No issue.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Gopika Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam.
Dandavat
Prabhuji, I am staying in Mumbai. So
Yeah, okay.
actually, I'll be giving it in online only, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, you can give it online. No
Prabhuji,
issue.
I have a seva from 12 o'clock, Prabhuji. Every Saturday, I take classes for children. So in my complex, so from 12:30 to 1:30, I will be having class every Saturday.
So the audience can decide the timing. Either on Saturday you want from 12:30 to 1:30, or on Sunday you want to have it from 1:30 or 12:30, or you want to have it on some weekday, Friday. Let all of you decide. Once it is decided, we'll have only one timing for the whole unit. I'm ready to give 1 week time, I'm ready to give 2 weeks time. But beyond that time, what happens is that then we will not have repeated exams. Because when the repeated exams happen, then most of the devotees don't give exams. And then what we'll have is, we'll have one exam. And at the end of the year, we will have some dates in December where we'll keep 1 week time or one Saturday, Sunday, something like that, when there is no classes. That time we can give another option for them to write exam. And even if they don't write in that, then they have to write in next batch. Yes, Anand Mohan Prabhu.
Prabhuji, regarding open book exam, is it okay, like if the family have similar answers, like we will be discussing together? And because
it's like how it is, when you go for any school, there are 2 cousin brothers. When they go for writing exam, board exams, CBSE, CET, they get different hall tickets. Right? So we are testing the understanding of each student. We are not testing the student of as a couple. Hope the point is clear. And if it happens to be same, then from iBox standards, we'll give you another chance. And in that also it comes same, then you will not be able to do Bhakti Vaibhava for next 3 years again.
oh my God.
Yeah. So basically, you can take your time. Whatever help you need from our side, my side, I'm ready to help. But I'm trying first 1, 2, 3 essays, it will be very easy. One more input I'm trying to give. Don't try to go on any online. Don't go to any other website. Don't download any OBS from somewhere else. Wherever OBS, wherever answers are mentioned, all documents are there with BBRV. So if your answers matches with the online, any of the material, so surely again you'll have to repeat it. So then again the marks will be cut. So basically your understanding means we want to test your understanding about Prabhupada books. Okay. So whatever understanding, whatever references are given, whatever quote is given, you please see that and try to answer in your own words. And BVRV team is very, very liberal in terms of checking your OBAs, checking your closed books. We want you to graduate Bhakti Vaibhava. We don't want you to keep being so stingy to award marks and keep you in the Bhakti Vaibhava batch itself. We want that all of you should graduate. Most of you should become teachers of Bhakti Vaibhava, and more people should study Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Shastri courses and graduate, and all ISKCON devotees should have all the courses. And that is what Prabhupada wanted, that most of his disciples in ISKCON should be like lawyers quoting different references from where it is mentioned for all the substantial purports. Okay, Anand Mohan Prabhuji. So whatever understanding you can have, your understanding will evaluate your OBA open book essay, and your wife's understanding will be evaluated from her presentation of the open book essay. But surely you can discuss, surely you can give her some feedback, surely she can give her feedback, but it should not be having the same content. First, initially 1 to 3 units, it will be tough, but it will be very easy. Yes, Yashika Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Tandu Pranam. Prabhuji, I'm staying in Delhi. Actually, OBA that we have to submit, you said that it should be in Balram font. Is Balram font and Times New Roman font is same, or is there any difference?
It's different. If you go in Word document, if you type Balram, that means the Balram font is there in your laptop. If it is not there, Anuj Pro will try to help you with that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Okay. Prabhuji, can I submit OBA in handwritten form?
Yeah, you can.
I can write in through handwritten and
Yes. You can write in hand, and you can scan it, and you can send it to Anuj Prabhu. And there is a particular method also to send the OBA, the batch name, the title has to be there, and these are the guidelines. So in that way, you should send it. You should make a borders. Issuer name should be there, and your batch name should be there, and the page number 1, 2, 3, 4, all those things should be there, and you can count the number of words. And the number of words doesn't include Prabhupada, Krishna, and other things. Okay, it only includes the content. Fine. Yes, Shobha Lakshmi Mataji, you have some queries?
Prabhuji, in case of online exam, do we have to write on paper and send you the pictures?
Yeah. So in case of online exam, you should have a A4 sheet, ruled or unruled. Best is if you have a ruled one. You have to write your name, your batch, the unit name, unit 1, SB Canto 1, chapter 1, chapter 2, and then questions 1, answer 1. So answer number 1, answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, like that. And then you scan it. And for scanning it, actually we have sent you that first unit. We have sent in WhatsApp, unit 1 handbook, and second thing is course and policies. In that assessments, how to write the closed book exam, with what software to scan it, everything has been mentioned in that article. If you go through that, it will be very, very easy. Most of the devotees, there might be many ways we can scan it, but most of the devotees who prefer, which is easily downloadable, is any scanner, which personally most of the devotees are using it. But if you have any scanning app in you can easily scan from your mobile and send it. No issues. Handwritten, scanned. Most of the OBAs are written in hand only. If it's online, you have to scan it, and 10-15 minutes extra time will be given. You should submit in that time. And if it is a physically you're coming to the BVRV, then anyways it's like you just have to write the paper and just submit it.
But Prabhuji, if we come there, then again the next class will be online only. No, means after.
Yeah. Therefore, I'm telling there is no it's not compulsory that you have to physically come to BVA or if your office, because most of you, this is an online batch. You can write it online, provided you should have camera on, and will be given 10-15 minutes extra to scan and send it. It has been last 4-5 years we are running the online OBAs and closed book exams. There's no issue with that. Yes, Gopika Sundari Mataji.
Prabhuji, at the beginning you mentioned that you had sent some mail. I haven't received any mail, Prabhuji.
Not mail. I have sent to Anuj Prabhu regarding this article, open book assessment. He has circulated mostly in the WhatsApp group.
Yes, Prabhuji. Mataji, the one document which I have sent on WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp I saw, Prabhuji, but
Prabhuji,
I thought he had mentioned some mail.
Now, generally, how I communicate with Anuj Prabhu is I send him the mail, and then he circulates in the WhatsApp as a batch coordinator.
And after scanning, how do we send it to you, Prabhuji?
You have to send it to Anuj Prabhu, and he will mention you the mail ID for the BVRV. He will send it after the session. I will send him the BVRV mail ID for the examination. He will send it.
Okay, fine.
Because
Thank
we
you
are
so
going to
much.
have it for the first time. So once you do it for the first time, it will take some time, but then eventually for every unit, it will become very easy. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
So once you write the OBA, there is a fixed deadline for each OBA also. That is, we have fixed it as first unit gets over on Sunday, fourth Sunday, but the next Sunday, that means 7 days time we are going to OBA. So all of you want 7 days time for OBA, or like close book, you want to have it the second week, second Sunday. You have to decide and you have to fix it. And we'll have only one date. One date for close book, one date for open book. And we have to stick to it. Okay, Ram Kishore Bhu and Prabhupada Mataji are mentioning 2 weeks, please. Okay, fine. Anuj will also send 2 weeks time. Vachan book. Fine. Then make it a fixed theme because it's the first unit we are starting with. So second Saturday, second Sunday OBA, second Saturday close book exam. So timing, which timing is okay for you? 10 to 11:30 Saturday morning. Anybody has any concern with Saturday 10 to 11:30 or 10:30 to 12? Date means this is our third Saturday Sunday. Next week will be fourth Saturday Sunday. Okay, that means okay, Prabhuji asking date. So today is first, second, 8th, 9th, your first unit will get over. 15, 16, the second unit starts. 22nd Saturday. 22nd will be your first unit. Close book exam. 10 to 11:30, 10:30 to 12. Anything is okay. We will open the bracket from 10 to 12. In whichever 1.5 hour time you can come, log in, give the exam, close it.
Prabhuji, can we have the same time like we have this for, because as mentioned earlier, like everybody has sevas and so many things. Therefore, we have decided this timing for BBR. I mean, Bhakti, because we have so many other engagements during other times. Therefore, we decided this particular timing.
2:30 to 4:30.
This batch.
If all of you are ready for 3 years BBA Bhakti Vaibhava course, then I'm okay with it because I started with that only. That each unit will take your one session. So each canto will take your almost like 2-3 months. Each canto, 2 cantos will take 4 months time. By the end of 6th canto, 1 more year, it will extend. So if all of you are okay with it, okay, no Prabhujis, we are available on Saturday, Sundays. One of the teaching time we want to take out, and it's fine. Instead of 2 years, 2 months, it's okay if 3 years, 2 months, 3.5 years, we no issue. Then we are okay, no issues.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Can we have this open book exam on any of the weekdays, Prabhuji, instead of Saturday, Sunday? Because Saturday, Sunday, everyone will be held up with sevas and other things.
No, I'm telling it's open book or closed book. Open book you can submit anytime.
Open book. Closed book exam, I'm telling about.
Yeah, closed book. Open book is like you have it started from the first day it starts. So whole 30 days you have for open book exam. I think closed book, Mataji. Yeah, I understood. Closed book, right? Yeah, we'll take the poll from others. So all of you are okay if you are not on Saturday, Sunday, on Friday, on Wednesday, anytime for 1 hour, because it takes 1 hour to write your close book. It's very easy, very simple. You have to write and upload. If not on Saturday, Sunday, on weekday, if not on the class timing, you have to agree for some one thing we have to come on. Either you should agree for class timings and okay, 3 years course is fine, or not 3 years, you want to do it in 2 years, 2 months, 2 year, 4 months, but then you have to take out some 1 hour time in between any of the time, either Saturday, Sunday, anytime, or Friday. It's okay. There are 2 raise of hands. Yes. 1 minute. Devotees have any concern, you can speak out. Yes, Madan Mohan Purji. Anush Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you said that OBA exam, you have to send hard copies. So how to send that hard copies, OBs?
Hard OBA also you can scan and send it to Bhakti BVRV. You can send
Yes,
it to
hard copy not to be sent, no then?
no issues. No issues. You can send it to soft copy. No, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Anush Prabhu?
Prabhuji, it's will be good to decide the time now. So I'll create some quick polls. I am not seeing that option on Zoom. So I'll create polls on WhatsApp if all devotees can vote now and we can decide.
No, how it is everyone should be able to write, because we can't give them multiple. There are many inputs which have come. Saturday morning for CBA is good. Close book not possible on weekdays as we have hectic job. We want separate time for exam. Okay, separate time for exam. Okay, if Saturdays you are not, we will do one thing. We will have 2 timings. One on Saturday, one on Friday. Those who are having tough time on Saturday, we will do it on Friday, but I have to check this regarding this to BVRV.
The question paper will be.
No, that is that much you have to trust. These are all Bhakti Vaibhava students. And by circulating question, they only know. Their Paramatma also knows. They are only going to deal with the karma of that. Yes, Ramkishore Prabhu. Your voice is not audible. You can text if you want. How many of you are concerned with Saturday, Sundays? You can raise your hands. I just want it. No, okay, nothing. Okay, you're traveling somewhere, so sound is coming back.
Concerned with Saturday, Sunday means?
No. Who all devotees are not able to write an exam on morning 11 to 10:30 or 10 to 11:30 on Saturday? Okay, Charnarvind Prabhu and Shiji Mataji. Shiji Kumari Mataji. Yes, Prabhu. What concerns Charnarvind Prabhuji? Engagement or something like that, like any services? Sure.
Prabhuji, my daughter is around, so it's not possible for me because I'm a housewife. Weekday is more comfortable for me.
Okay. So apart from them, any other concern and others have regarding Saturday, Sunday, apart from Charana and Shri Kumari Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. 12 to 1:30 will not be possible for me, Prabhuji.
Not on Saturday. We are giving a time of 10 to 11:30.
That would be fine, Prabhuji.
10 to 11. We'll have 10 to 12 time. Basically, we'll have time from 10:15 to 11:45. That is the time you should log in, and by 15 minutes extra for submitting the scanned copies.
Okay, that would be fine, Prabhuji.
Okay. So apart from Charana Arvind Prabhu and Shriji Kumari Mataji, rest everybody is okay with 10:45 to 10:15 to 11:45 timing. We will close it. Anush Prabhu, you can note down. This is second Saturday. What is the meaning of second Saturday? Whenever unit begins, a new unit begins, the first week of a new unit, the second Saturday of the new unit. Before that morning, 10:15 to 11:45 will be the closed book exam for everyone.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That means we will have to give our closed book exam on 22nd of this month, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, that is the date which I saw. I'll just confirm. Yeah, 22nd, 10:15 to 11:45.
Prabhuji, 22nd, I'm not here. I'm in Vrindavan, Prabhuji. So what do I do? I'll be back only on 23rd, Prabhuji, 23rd morning.
most of the time when I'm doing my Bhakti Vedanta, I'm not expecting the same thing from all of you. I have my mobile and then I carry sheets, pen, and wherever I get time, 1 hour time, the time when exam is there, I take out time, sit in one place, write, scan and send it. This is during when you go for book distribution, during marathon, during bus party, or during some events, during some yatra, or if you are on the, unless otherwise it is train. If there is stable internet, then I try to do that. Because initially first 2-3 minutes of Bhakti Vedanta I kept on postponing. 6-7 exams started pending from 7th, 8th, 9th. Then I thought, okay, wherever it is, I take out time, sit down for 1 hour, or just click on the Zoom, and question paper is downloaded. Take a A4 sheet paper, 4-5 papers, pen, write it, scan it, send it. It becomes very easy. If you are, it's a stable place, if you are in your room, it's possible, Mataji. But then what will happen is, then you will have to wait for the end of the year. Whenever we don't have in Kartik or in month of marathon, December, when we will not have any Bhakti Vaibhava. So that time we'll have to come up with this again. We'll open the channel for writing close book. Because now this time you are going to Vrindavan, then in next time somebody else will be going Vrindavan. So we'll have to, because you have to make some policies, then we'll have to stick with the policies. Because we want to graduate you, all of you, within 2.5 years this Bhakti Vaibhava course. That means the close book should go on. So it's very simple. Once you start doing it, it's not so difficult. And if you can try it one time, if you face difficulty, then we will see for the alternative. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, because personally, even I'm doing it. I'm in my 10th canto getting over, but most of the time I'm 15 days here, 15 days outside. But if I'm stationed in one place with mobile, it's possible. Or with laptop, it's possible. Not very tough. So any other concerns, any other devotees? Regarding the closed book questions, most of the questions, around 90% questions, 95% will be from your questions from the hand. 5% will be general purport translation. But it's very relevant to the unit. And 50 marks means 5 marks will come from surprise marks. 45 marks will come from your short closed book questions and closed book questions. Unit 1, Unit 2. So if you are able to prepare that questions, you can easily write 45 marks. That means 45 marks is with you if you answer all those questions. Remaining 5 marks, minimum 5 marks will be from surprise. Okay. So that is regarding closed book. And regarding the shlokas and that, is this fine with the open book? Any more discussion? Okay, I'll just finish this thing, this article. Extension can be given at the discretion of the correspondent, however, they reserve the right to subtract one. So if you don't submit the OBAs on time, you'll be losing marks. That is very clear. Students can do rework only. Rework means what you submitted a OBA. It is not up to the mark. We'll be giving you one more opportunity after 1 month time to submit it with many inputs. It's like when child is walking, sometimes child may slip and he may fall, but again he just gets up, he's taken to a place and make it to walk. So similarly, it's not that most of you will be easily able to write it. This will not happen with most of you, but in some cases, if somebody is finding it very difficult to write the OBA, we'll be giving you one more chance to write the OBA, and then you will be made to submit. But will not will not hold you on the unit. We'll make you go ahead with the unit. That is the 8th point. Rework means one chance will be given for writing. Again, reappearing. The color scheme, you don't have to use red, yellow, green, only black and white. Maximum, we can just underline the points, not more than that. Yes, Anmonpu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes,
Prabhuji, I just missed that point. Close book is for how many chapters at a time?
Unit 1, one unit. Like first unit has 2 chapters. Preface,
Okay.
chapter 1, chapter 2.
Okay, preface
And that
chapter one,
unit
chapter
structure is given in the policy handbook.
two. Okay.
The first unit is
And
having
one more
fun.
question.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, Prabhu.
Yes, madam.
Is there something like in Bhakti Shastri there was shloka test? So the same
And-
thing is in there in Bhakti Vaibhava also?
Yes, it is there. I just finished close book. I'm going on to open book.
Okay.
Once open book gets over, I'll come to the shlokas and then to presentation. So we're going to discuss that today within next
Okay.
10 minutes.
Thank
Yes, Sashika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we need to highlight the verses also. So can we use a highlighter or something?
Actually, if you do it on laptop, you can make it italics, you can make it bold, but it should be black and white. Nothing more than that. Maximum you can underline. There is the option of underlining the text and making it bold, but it should be black and white.
And in case we are writing something, then
you can just underline.
can we use highlighter?
No highlighter, because once you use highlighter, you scan it, you send it. It should be black and white. That is what iBox has mentioned. It should be black and white. You write in blue pen or black pen. Underline can be done by black pen or blue pen. Whatever you write, you underline with the same pen. If you're writing with blue, then you can underline maximum with black pen. That's fine. And anyway, the evaluator who is going to evaluate, either myself or some other teacher, we will understand, we'll make sure that you get much more marks than what you're writing. We are in Nama Mahamadanyaya Avatar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. If you write for out of 100, if you write for 60 marks, we'll make it sure that you'll use 70 marks. 10 marks extra, no issues. We want you to graduate. Close book also, if you write for out of 50, 40 marks, it is sure that you'll get 40 marks. We don't want to cut anything. I remember when we were doing Bhakti Vaibhava from Vidyapit, Gaurang Darshan to, he used to give us 50 out of 50, 48 out of 48, 50, it's like almost like that. OBA is 100 out of 100, something like that. But some player, if there is some, some tattva is gone, then he will subtract it. He has given 60 also, 70 also, if tattva is wrong. But if tattva is right, you quoted everything, you'll get out of out. You don't have to worry about it. And regarding the OBA marks and close book marks, at the end of every 4 units, you'll be getting your close book marks. That means once in quarterly, 4 months. Okay. This is how we do it for the in temple brahmacharis batches. It takes sometimes 4 months, sometimes 6 months based on the BVRV team evaluates. There is an evaluation team in Bhaktivedanta Rajavidyalaya based on, because they have many batches, many units. So it may take 3 months, 4 months. But rest assured, you will get more than 40. If you have written whatever marks you have given, you will get as it is. We are not going to cut any marks. If it is on Prabhupada purport, or in general, it's a principle, detail, principle wise it is same, you'll get full marks. Fine. So next, use of words such as Srila Prabhupada, Krishna, ISKCON are not counted in the word limit. This is regarding to 900 words. So basically the content is counted. However, for the reasons of raising the word count, a student should not overuse the terms. There is a negative marking for that. Many times in our English exams, our language exams, and people keep on writing. In between, they keep on writing the different stories, which is not relevant to anything. It's not like that. Your OBAs, your close books are going to be evaluated. OBA is going to be evaluated. 4 or 5 parts will be there in that. For each part, there will be 10 marks, or 15 marks, 20 marks for each. Each OBA will be evaluated for 50 marks. So then for each section, you'll be getting marks. And if anything is written out of the context, no marks. But if there is some relevance, you'll be getting marks. If it is to the degree it is in Prabhupada purports, Prabhupada Tattva, you'll be surely getting full marks, you'll not cut marks. But if it is not there, then you'll not get any marks. Then you again have to rewrite the question. Prabhuji, if we can get marks for only unit 1 OBA and CBA before writing unit 2, it will give us idea how to improve. Yes, OBA I can give from my side, no issues. OBA is with me. But CBA is with Bhaktivedanta Rajavidyalaya. I will outsource OBA with some teachers that I can do it for the unit 1. But not always, at least for the first unit. And after the first unit OBA, surely after evaluating, when I'll be taking the second unit, I'll be discussing. Generally, when I take a unit, the OBA for whatever OBA is there, I discuss all the marking system for the OBA in the unit. And I make sure that the student should get out in the OBA. If he's attentive, if he's attending the class, or he's not switching on the class and just doing something else. If he's doing like that, then he'll not get. But if he's attentive, he will note down, underline, keep everything, then he'll get out for the OBA. That is how I teach, and all the OBA, all marking system I'll mention in the OBA itself. Surely I'll do it for OBA. Students should use diacritics wherever possible, although it is not mandatory. Okay, it's not only one OBA should be per word file. It's on my one word file. That means one page, one OBA. Anyway, it's that much only for our unit. For every unit, you have only one OBA. That's fine. So that much from our side. So much more than that becomes more complicated. It's very simple. It's not very complicated. Write in paragraph. Always write your understanding for the subject matter and never make claims, especially claims that contradict Srila Prabhupada. Instead, give your clear ideas to support your opinions. Build a case for your reader. Make sure that your reasons do help or lead to the conclusion you wrote. Your reader should be able to tell precisely what you're understanding without confusion. You need to give your reader signals and have a clear structure that is easy to follow. Basically, whatever you're writing in your OBA, that should be able to easily understandable by the evaluator or reader. That is a content in this. Quoting, references and other things. Apt references, quotes can be mentioned. Headers, give heading for each paragraph wherever possible. Conclusion. And conclude. A conclusion does not include new thoughts. Instead, it clarifies the aims and objectives of the paper. Conclusion should be no more than 100 words. And if someone is quoting Srila Prabhupada, perhaps use that most reasonable quote which becomes the bottom line. So summary, break questions in parts, analyze and weight each part, make mind map, write section headers, Prabhupada quotes and references, write introduction, conclusion, proofread and edit. Edit it on 2 days. If you edit on Sunday, after 2-3 days again read it before submitting. Edit and send it. So Anushka, can you read the last paragraph?
Yes, Prabhuji. Writing essays can be a challenge, but these writings suggestions can make the process a little easier and lot less painful. Of course, essay writing is an art form, and there can be more than one acceptable way to master essay writing. Thus, the motive of these guidelines is not to limit the writer's approach, but give the newcomers an understanding of the working framework.
So what is diacritics? Some Shubhalakshmi Mataji has sent in the group. Diacritics is a sign such as an accent written above or below a letter to indicate a difference in pronunciation. In Sanskrit, if you see carefully in English, you write a as a and a as a and dash. That comes in Balram font. So that is diacritics. So even if diacritics is not there in our OBA, it's okay. We understand it. We don't have to worry about it. Okay. So if there are some fonts, if you are writing in Word, if there is no Balram font in that, so diacritics get missed. No issue. We can write in plain English. And shlokas will get little bit not having the marks on above a, that's fine. We understand it. It's okay. That is the meaning of diacritics. Okay, Prabhus. So now we have finished with the OBA and we'll go to the shloka now. I'll just open the I'll just show you shlokas which are there. Again, Anushka also will circulate this in your WhatsApp group.
So just some issue with your video.
Oh.
For some time.
Might be because of the LAN issues, because every Sundays there is parallelly. Now it's okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, in between is buffering. It is some camera. Yes, I'll just share. You're able to see this? This was an old structured unit which we did for the previous batches. But for your batch, the unit which you have divided is different after having some pros and cons. So we have made it like 2 chapters in a unit, 3 chapters in a unit, based on devotees' feedback from congregation and brahmacharis. So this is right now your batch is having a new unit structure. So therefore you not circulated this old handbook to all of you, but this shloka is mentioned in the old handbook itself. So you don't have to refer anything for the new batch. For this handbook is not referable for the new batch, that is your batch, but the shloka remains as it is. For the whole 6 cantos, these are the shlokas. These are the compulsory shlokas. Janma desyata yatonvayat itaratas vigneswarat. That is 1.1.1. 1.1.2. Dharma projitakaitavatra paramo nirmatsarana samtam. That is the thing. These are compulsory shlokas. 1.3.28. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Yete chamsa kalapamsam. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. 1.3.43 is Krishna Sudama Pugate Dharma Dhyana Visa Purana Arko Dunodita. That is the shloka. This is compulsory. 1.5.10 Tadva Visargo Janata Viplava Yasmin Pati Shlokam with the Peshkim. 1.5.11 that is the same thing. One shloka before that. These 2 shlokas. These are the compulsory shlokas. 1.1.1, 1.1.2. What you are able to see here, student will memorize the about 20 Srimad Bhagavatam shlokas in bold. That means first, second, third canto will be having total 38 shlokas. These shlokas which are mentioned here in bold, which are highlighted, these are compulsory for all of you, 20. Then apart from this, below 40 shlokas have been given. Out of these, you have to memorize 18. And I can tell you, the best way to memorize shlokas is, you record the shlokas. All of us have mobile with us, recorder with us, in your own voice, in your own meter. After hearing on online somebody's shlokas, or you can recite it and you can play it whenever you're traveling, when you're cooking, when you're commuting, when you're walking, when you're idle. Keep on hearing it again and again. And if you keep on hearing for 1 week, 2 weeks time, this is called patanam, and recite along with that the shloka. Do it for 1 week continuously for 10 minutes. Fix a timing either in the morning, evening. Keep on reciting the shloka for 1 week. After 1 week, this will go in your subconscious mind. We just start Janma Dasya Yatonvayat, it will end at Damnas Vadayan Nirastha Gokam Satyam Param Dhimai. So Patanam is the very best way of memorizing shlokas. So total you have almost 20 plus 18. 20 is compulsory. Remaining down out of 40 or to memorize 18. Yes, Mataji, Shubha Lakshmi Mataji.
Prabhuji, these 18 we have to choose.
Yeah, you can choose. This Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Prayanalpa Sashabbe Asmin Kali Yuge. So 1.2.4, 2.5, Savai Pumsa Paro Dharma Bhakti Azukshaji, all this. And if you see the second chapter, so many shlokas are there. 2.4 to 2.28, 29. That means first 2 chapters only if you memorize, your whole shloka memorization is done. Yes, Suryakant Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, so for each unit assessment, we will have shloka recitation, or how is it?
No. It's up to the primary teacher. That means I'll decide. Generally, when we had it for 25 shlokas at a stretch for first and second canto, third and fourth canto, fifth and sixth canto. But then I understood that congregation batch will have, I'll try to divide in 10 shlokas. 38 shlokas are there. We'll have 4 shloka tests of 10, 10, 10 each. In 10 shlokas is good enough for all of you to memorize. Is that okay, Prabhuji? Hope all of you are happy with this 10 shlokas. Or you want more? Should we make it 15? 15, 30, 35. That's also fine. Okay, 10 is okay. Yes. Yes, 2 dudes have raised hand. Anand
Prabhuji, like,
yes.
Actually, during Bhakti Shastri, like Sanatan Dharma Prabhu used to record the shlokas and send, because we can also do it for ourselves, but sometimes
pronunciation.
Yeah.
Pronunciation, no?
Yes. Yeah, sometimes our pronunciation might not be correct or something.
Okay,
If
fine.
somebody
From Bhakti VVRV, we have recording. We'll send it to you.
Yes,
it will take some time, because I'll have to find it out from VVRV. It will take at least 1 week time to get the recordings. I'll put it to our Anuj Prabhu and Adi Bhagwan Prabhu. They will get in touch with you regarding that.
Yes, bro. Thank you.
Yes, Madan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, this after reciting of sloka, does we have to tell the meaning also of each sloka?
Yes. Shloka test was what you'll have to give me the list of shlokas, 10 shlokas, which you want to recite, compulsory. For example, if you see carefully here, there is chapter 1.1.1. So if you do for shloka test for first 8 chapters of Bhagavatam, first canto divided into 2 parts. Okay. Then if that is the case, in that first 1.1.8, it will come till 1.5.17. This is a compulsory shloka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fine. Then 4, any 4 from here. Okay, anything you can choose. Till 5 here. Till 5. 1.1.3 till 18. You can choose any 5. Okay, na?
Yes.
So I'll divide and send it to you. That shloka tests which are there, compulsory, I will divide it into 4 parts. These are the 4 parts mostly. 1.1, 1.1.2, 1.3.28, 1.3.43, 5.10. From this, there are 4 sections. For here, 4 sections. So we can take shloka test like this. This first column here and this first column here. 5 from here, 5 from here. 5 from second section, 5 from here. So like that, 2.1 from here, this. We'll do like that, no issues. I'll send it to Anuj Prabhu before the shloka test begins, before 1 month. But you can start reciting the shlokas. At least there are some hint. But once the shloka comes, the fixed permanent questions are there. The other optional shlokas, you have to write in format and send it to me. I'll just tell the first word, then you have to tell the whole shloka, and then the paraphrase, the translation. As it is, our almost principle will be same. Detail it may go here or there, but the content or meaning of the shloka should remain the translation. No issue. 65 marks will be having the evaluation passing criteria for it. Okay, please furnish 10 shlokas which are memorized. Prabhu will give you this whole set. You can start memorizing, no issues. At least compulsory shlokas are there with you. Down optional also are there. You can choose any of them. Already here we have, out of 10, compulsory shlokas which I choose are here. First block, second block, third block, fourth block. From bottom, you can choose any of the shlokas. From the first block, second block, third block, fourth block, fifth block. And we have a lot of time for the shloka test. It will go at least 4-5 months will go, but you can start reciting. And you have to tell the translation for it. And these are shlokas given here. First shloka is very, very big, but it's compulsory. Second shloka is also compulsory. At least first, second shloka you start memorizing. It will take at least 15 days time for it to memorize. Other shlokas are very simple. Okay, just I'll come back to OBA now. This is the evaluation criteria. Open book, minimum passing marks is 60. Closed book 65. Memorization of verses 65. Presentation 65. Class attendance 75%. Punctuality, attendance, attitude. Videos on. Today's session is only policy details briefing. So, but other sessions video should be on. If your videos are not on, it is marked as absent. Answer the question. Open book again. There are some of the guidelines from iBox. Please study the question well and understand before you start writing. Clarify doubts with teachers and peers. Please present your essays in an easy to read font and font size with ample margins and spaces between the lines. Please break over long sentences into shorter sentences and break large unwieldy blocks of text into neat paragraphs. In some cases, you may want to divide the essay into sections so that the reader can understand your essay, have an introduction, middle, and conclusion so that one sentence or section leads smoothly to the next. Please establish links and signposts that bridge sentences and sections to help achieve this cohesiveness. Basically, the flow, introduction, the content, and the conclusion that should be together. Avoid irrelevancy, redundancy, using again and again the same content, same shlokas, same verses, same references without an understanding. Use quotes to support but not to replace your argument. If the idea is in a quotation can be readily paraphrased, retold in your words, write in your own words. Deadline we have fixed, second Sunday. Hare Krishna. So this is from my side. So if you want to ask any more other queries, we will close it. So what is the conclusion from today's discussion? 75% minimum attendance with videos on. That is minimum. It's not maximum. Videos should be on. If videos are not on, from second unit onwards, we will not mark your attendance. Unless and otherwise you make it sure that you are traveling, you are somewhere, we will not consider it. And all of you know schedule, you only choose on Saturday, Sunday, 2:30 to 4:30. Unless and otherwise it is very emergency, please be available at the home and keep your videos on. No, I'm not telling about today. Today I understand. Maharaj is giving class, some of you have gone there. So it's fine. I'm just telling about from the next unit onwards. Yes. Yes, Shobha Lakshmi Mataji. And for closed book, 65 marks passing, 60 marks passing, open book 65 marks, shloka 65 marks. And for presentation also it is 65 to 75 marks, presentations also. But I have not tested presentation till now. Presentation, when we finish first canto, I'll just try to take another brief, I'll brief it on how to do it. But at the end, one thing all of you should remember is that we are here to make you graduate from the Bhakti Vaibhava course. Whatever help is needed from our side, we are ready to give it. Evaluation will be very, very easy. That doesn't mean that you don't study and just write anything. No. Prabhupada purports, you'll get full marks. Not Prabhupada purports, no marks. And if you read something and if you're paraphrasing, you'll get some marks. But as much as the content is good, you'll get full marks. But if you don't study, then no marks. Yes, Shobha Lakshmi Mataji.
Prabhuji, for the shloka test will be online.
Online.
So we'll give slots for everybody.
Yes.
So Prabhuji, that means like you will send the timing or we have to?
Yeah. Anush will coordinate with all of you regarding the timings. But the shloka test will be only 10 shlokas, na? We will have it on a weekday because it may go only for 15 minutes. One shloka recitation translation will go for 15 to 20 minutes. We will try to have either on the weekday or we'll have it on the weekend based on the availability of the students. So every 5 chapters or basically one canto is there, 1/3 of a canto we'll have one shloka test possible.
So the
Yes, yes. Today's recording is done. It is with our Anush Prabhu. He will send it for the reference. Charanarayan Prabhu. Yes, Mataji, you want to ask something?
when the shlokas should start, that you can, like the test.
Yes, yes. If shloka test is going to start from after the 5th unit, 1 month before that, Anush will schedule that.
Okay.
We'll mention at least 2-3 weeks before the shloka test, the schedules. We need 20 minutes of all of you for it. And all of you need to send the shlokas. You have to copy the shlokas on a word pad, compulsory and optional, and send that link to me. Anush will send it to me. So in a shloka test, your name will be coming, your time slot will be there, the shlokas will be with me, with your name. So I'll map your name with the interview and see your shloka test, and we will evaluate and give the marks for a particular shlokas, because there are optional shlokas also, right? So you can choose the shlokas from your side. Compulsory shlokas in the upper tab. The optional shlokas are there down in 5 sections. So you can choose that and keep the document ready.
Prabhuji, just to clarify, so devotees, so whatever they are choosing from the optional one, they have to give that list beforehand to us.
Yes, yes, to you.
Okay.
And once we allot the slot to them, their shloka test you can mail me PDF. So I'll open the PDF and take the test. Okay, it's very simple. There's nothing complex in that. Once we do it, all these exams, it becomes very busy. Even if you're traveling, even if you're somewhere, easily you can take out time, sit down with your mobile, laptop, answer it, upload it. Otherwise, what I've seen in my own personal life, first 7, 8, 9 chapter cantos of my Bhaktivedanta, so many were pending. I had to take out time at the end of the month in December and complete it. But then from 9th canto onwards, wherever I am, I keep on giving the exam. It is very easy to prepare this Bhakti Vaibhava and Bhaktivedanta exam from the BVR. Very, very simple. Provided if you read, if you prepare. We have whole 1 month time plus 2 weeks time. We have 6 weeks time for your closed book exam preparation and open book answers. It's more than enough. So unless and otherwise we are not sincere, it's very difficult to not answer exams. So therefore, little bit sincerity from your side can really help us to help you to graduate to the next unit, graduate from Bhakti Vaibhava to Bhaktivedanta. Okay, so that's from my side. Hope all your queries were answered. So don't fear much about the Bhakti Vaibhava. Please do attend with your videos on. That is one sincerity from your side. The rest we will take care. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Vansha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhyo So we'll meet you for the second unit. So we have decided for the first unit that Sri Chaitanya will be teaching, and for second unit we'll have to bear me. For third unit we have Momo teacher. We ask Hare Krishna Prabhu, Sanatana Dharma Prabhu, Rajam Prabhu. We have 6-7 teachers rotating. So I'll try my best to give as much as possible to many other teachers. And if schedules are not matching and if things are there, then I'll try to come and try to teach. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, next week we are traveling to